Guy got big mad for no reason and berated a Walmart employee while he was wearing his work uniform. So I decided to pay his boss a visit tomorrow to discuss his employee's behavior. I went into my local Walmart tonight for a quick grocery trip to pick up some stuff I was low on. Quick in and out trip, 15 minutes at most. It's sad to say it didn't end up being a fast trip because I was stuck behind a boomer who wanted to cause a scene when I arrived at checkout. The guy in front of me was with his wife, who were arguing loudly about God knows what. They had a substantial amount of stuff on the belt, including a few large bottles of various alcohols. When the boomer scanned his way back to the bottles of alcohol, he froze and began searching around for an associate, who I presume he wanted to come and scan his ID. The problem was that he didn't scan any of the bottles. He just locked up and stared directly at a girl who was busy monitoring the self-checkout registers the next aisle over. After about 30 to 45 seconds of not scanning anything, he loudly shouted, "Excuse me," in his most condescending tone, followed by, "Can you come and scan my effing ID, please?" His tactic worked, as the employee in question immediately whipped around and walked over. He was doing that typical arms crossed bullshot, looking like everything was a giant inconvenience. And I will note, homie still hadn't scanned a single bottle of alcohol yet. The boomer began to lay into her when this young woman was in speaking range. It makes me real sick to see workers just standing around when they're on the clock doing nothing when people like me have schedules to keep. "Can you do your effing job, please, and scan my ID?" "Excuse me?" she responded. "You effing heard me. Get off your goddamn phone and scan my card so I can get the hell out of here." Now, I would like to note a few things about this interaction up to this point. First, this individual was still in a work outfit, a mechanic's onesie for a local mom and pop tire company that I won't name here, but one in which I know the owner pretty well. He's a family friend. Second, he was still wearing his name tag. Because of this, I knew how to address him. Eventually, he politely asks the cashier if she will scan his ID, and she flat out tells him, "No, I don't think so. Not after how you've treated me. You can talk with my manager." Good for her. She gets on a walkie and calls for a manager to come to the register the boomer was towering over and briskly walks off towards the customer service counter at the front of the store. The boomer starts loudly hollering about how this is all bullshit, and he's just expressing his First Amendment rights. It was at this point where I actually found some balls and decided to give my opinion, unsolicited, just so this guy could get an outside perspective on how much of a jackass he was being.